How's it going, everybody? We back at it with another one, and the first one of the brand new year. So I got some good things in store for you guys this year and today. So you know how we doing this, we take this a mile at a time. Because if not now, when? Let's get to it. How's it going, everybody? So today I wanted to get at two different things. First and foremost, the first thing I want to get at is I was trying to come up with a slogan for this year. So as you guys know, last year I came up with a slogan, strive and thrive in 25. And I broke that whole thing down in, in 25, I'm going to strive for our goals. We're going to strive for what we're shooting for and what we're trying to attain. And at the same time, once you attain those things, we want to thrive in that. All right, and then on top of the fact is if you strive for it and then you're thriving in it, if you have other goals, let's strive for those too. So that's why my whole thing for 25 was strive and thrive in 25. All right, so I was trying to come up with another one for 26, and you know what? For a while, I came up with go big, and I couldn't come up with anything else. I wanted like a little two-word type of thing for 26, like I did for 25. Strive and thrive. 25 all rhyme. So that's what I was shooting for. So, but the only thing I can come up with was go big in 22, which is a good one. You know what I mean? I had an idea for a logo for that and everything, and you know what? I was like, I couldn't come up with anything. So what I ended up doing, and it is a shout out to my son. What I ended up doing was I talked to my son. My son's 9; he's in 3rd grade. So I called my son. I was like, "Hey son, check this out." And I showed him the logo because I do got a logo for it. I told him, I was like, "Hey, check this out. This is," and I explained it. This is what I came up with, and I explained the whole strive and thrive at 25, and explained to him that I wanted to come up with something for 26, but all I got was go big. I was like, "You mind helping me to come up with something for, like a two-phrase kind of thing?" And he's like, "All right." And I think he shot me a couple of ideas. I was like, I don't think those really work. You know what I mean? And then he goes, what about don't quit? He's like, you know what? I was like, hang on. I started thinking about that. I was like, go big, don't quit. Go big. I was like, you know what? I think that'll work. So let me go ahead and do it. So my whole thing now for 26, and again, shout out to my son for helping me come up with this whole thing, was my whole thing this year is go big and don't quit in 26. So 26 is the year we got to make things happen. All right. Remember, last year we were strive and thrive. We were striving and thriving last year. Okay. This year we got to go big and don't quit. Go big. You got those ideas and you think that's too big for me. I can't attain that. I can't do. No, we're gonna go big this year. And even if you don't make it, what's the saying? Shoot for the moon. Because even if you don't make it, at least you'll be amongst the stars. Or there was another one too. Tom McDonald said it. Where he says, I'm shooting for the stars, and now the moon ain't so distant. And that one I think is another along the lines of shooting for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll be amongst the stars. It's almost the same concept. Shooting for the stars, and now the moon ain't so distant. You know what I mean? So it's almost the same thing. So again, go big, and in 26, we ain't gonna quit. We're gonna keep going. You get knocked down, get back up. If you need that help, that's what I'm here for too. Remember, that was my whole thing. Motivation, inspiration, MI, the L was lift. Because when you get knocked down, I'm here to help lift you guys back up, and we're gonna keep charging forward. And then what was the E? Motivate, inspire, lift, and elevate. And that was the whole thing. That's why I come up with the mile. That's why I say we're taking this a mile at a time. We're here to motivate, inspire, lift, and elevate. All right, so when you get knocked down, that's what I'm here for. We ain't quitting, we're gonna keep going. All right, so we're gonna go big, don't quit in 26. Now, what I wanted to touch on today was, I realized, it ended up dawning on me that, I got these ideas in my head, and I get these different, whether it's the quotes or the different motivational things that I'm trying to put out there for you guys to help motivate and inspire you guys. But I started thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute. I'm getting these things that are in my head and I'm putting them out there. I'm putting them on video, I'm putting them out there for you guys, for the world, for everybody to see, to help motivate, inspire, lift, and elevate everybody. All right? And don't forget, everybody's on this journey with me. If I go to the top, I'm taking all you guys with me, because I wouldn't be able to get there without you guys. All right, so we're going to be helping each other in that aspect. So again, what I was thinking was, I got all these ideas in my head, I'm putting them out on videos and everything, and I'm doing what I want to do. I'm doing what I'm passionate about. I'm doing what I don't consider work. You know what I mean? I'm doing this all the time. I'm always coming up with different ideas, and how am I going to do this? How am I going to do it? You know what I mean? Like all these different things. So that's when it dawned on me, is the fact that there's a lot of people out there who don't put their ideas, they don't make them come to fruition. They don't do anything about it. They don't take charge. They don't put those ideas into action. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing right now. Like I said, I've told you guys before, back in 2019 is when I thought about doing this, and I didn't do anything until 2024. Like look at that gap right there, where I thought about, this is what I want to do. Look how long it took me to finally do something. Because it was the whole procrastination thing where I was like, if not now, when? So I'm telling you, there's a lot of people out there who, I don't know, lazy, or I don't know what the case is, or even people that pass away who just didn't even have a chance to get those ideas and put them out there. So that's my whole thing now, is if you got an idea in your head, put it out there. Whatever that idea is, whether it's writing a novel, it's writing music, motivational speaking, being an act, whatever that idea, whatever it is you have in your head, put it out there. Because you never know, you never know if you putting it out there. Like I mentioned it before, was I may not be the person that changes the world, but I believe that I because of my videos and me doing this, me motivating and inspiring people to follow their dreams, to follow success, and go and just do whatever it is you were meant to do it. Because what I believe, if I don't change the world, I'm gonna make something click, or make something happen, or it's gonna click for somebody who's maybe watching my videos, and maybe that person is gonna be the one changing the world. Even if it's not me, I'll be able to do it indirectly. And I may get thanks for it and praise for it later. Cool. Whether I do or don't doesn't bother me. I would hope so, actually. But if I do or don't, cool. I'm still putting these out because I'm still trying to motivate and inspire you. Even if I don't get the credit for you blowing up, I'm not worried about that. I changed your life, and that's what my goal is. So, like I said, you never know these ideas that people have. Like for example, I was thinking about it earlier. What if somebody had this idea in their head and they didn't put it out there? They never put it out there. Whatever that idea was. And they say whatever happens, there's tragedy, whatever, that person passes away. Now, because they never put that idea out there, now it's years or decades later that somebody else happened to be, come around, they happen to think of that same idea. This time, that person put that idea out there. And then that person blows up. Or that person makes it. Whatever the case is, that person succeeds because they put that idea out there. When this person, way back when, could have done it, had they done it, they could have succeeded. And set the path for everybody else. It opened the doors for everybody else. So that's what I'm getting at, is the fact that if you got these ideas in your head, even if you think it's that's a dumb idea, that's a stupid idea, that will never work, no one's gonna take me seriously. Cool. Do it anyway. Because you never know who it is that's gonna see that, whether it's read it or whatever it is. Again, novel, an athlete, music, motivational speaking. You never know who it is that you can impact. And that person could be the one who needed that. You know what I mean? Like how many times, I'm sure all of you have heard it. How many times have you heard that, someone was about to commit suicide, and then for whatever reason they did it, and they said it was because of this person. It was because of, I heard this, or I remember my mom said this, my dad said this, or whatever the case was on why they didn't do it. You know what I mean? Like there's normally that reason on, I didn't do it because whatever it is that popped into their head. You know what I mean? that right there, it's almost the same concept. Because they didn't do it because of whatever it was that popped into their head, where I couldn't do it because I couldn't leave my kids behind, or I remember what my mom, when I was a kid, my mom said this, my dad said this, or I couldn't do it because I couldn't leave this person behind, or whatever it was. That thing popped into their head, and that's why they couldn't do it. Great. It's almost the same thing. You guys have these ideas in your head. Put them out there. Because you never know who it's going to impact. You could be the one that paves the way for everybody else and open doors for everybody else who's on that same path. You know what? I never thought of that. Why didn't I think of that? And now, because of your idea, because of what you put out there, you didn't keep it locked up in your head, because you put it out there, now this person's able to go through those open doors you opened for them, or go through that paved path you just paved for them, and now they're able to succeed. And you know what? They may be able to come back and be like, hey, you know what? If it wasn't for so-and-so, I wouldn't have done it. If it wasn't for this person, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And that's not a thing for like, oh, you wouldn't be where you're at if it wasn't for, no. But to give thanks, that means a lot. If someone said, hey, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now if it wasn't for Carlos, because of his videos, because of what he told me, because of what he's preaching, because of what he's saying, I wouldn't be where I'm at. That's all I need. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to change this world. Not even the world, I'm just trying to change lives. Even if it's one person. Why? Because it means I made an impact. Even if it is only one person, I made an impact, and that's what matters to me. I'm out here trying to help you guys. So like I said, there's a lot of people who either don't get the chance to put their ideas out there, or I don't know, they like there's a lot of people who leave this earth who don't get a chance to have those ideas they had in their head come to fruition, and because of that, they're just forgotten to history. And that was another reason I wanted to do this, is by the time I left, this world, I didn't want to be one of those people. I didn't want to be the person, like I had these ideas in my head, these quotes and all this stuff. Like I said, I thought about this back in 2019. I didn't want to be the person to where I leave this world and I got nothing to show for it. I have a lot of these ideas and I have these things in my head, and I didn't put them out there like I wanted to. You know what I mean? I didn't want to leave without doing anything, without accomplishing anything, without impacting. I didn't want to leave without my mark being left. That's what it was. I wanted to make sure I left my stamp on the world, and I'm good to go. At least I put those ideas out there. If it doesn't impact anybody right now, maybe it will in the future. I don't know. I don't know what my future holds. I don't know how these videos are going to impact anybody. If they even impact anybody. But I'm going to keep doing it because this is what I want to do, and I'm trying to change lives. I believe eventually it's going to happen. Eventually, I'll blow up. I could be the number one. I am number one. I'm up there with, I'm going to be in the Hall of Fame of this. You wouldn't be able to mention the greats without mentioning my name. I've talked about that before. And I'm still going to stay at it. Because like I said, I'm trying to get these ideas out there. And I think all of you who are listening and watching, don't be scared. Just do it. That's what got me, when I was like, you know what? I need to just do it. And that's a Nike slogan, just do it. And I always thought for a while, man, that's hard. Like, how do you just do it? Just do it. You know what? I had the stuff. I was like, hey, I got all the stuff. I, slowly built the stuff up, got all the stuff. I have all the stuff. Why not? I was like, you know what? One day I was like, you know what? Now I'm gonna do it. Set all my stuff up, shot my video, put it out there. And that feeling I got when I did it was that put me on another level. I was like cloud 9, you know what I mean? Like I was like, another one. Let's go make another one right now. I gotta do it because I get that excited about it. And that's what I'm saying. It's like this excites me. This gets me going. This gets me like I get fired up. So like I said, if you have ideas, regardless of what they are, put them out there. You're a songwriter, cool. Write those songs. You can start finding people. Hey, you do music. I'm a songwriter. Do you want to you start selling those. Or just, I don't know how songwriters do it, but you know what I mean? Like, if you do music, you play the guitar, start playing the guitar, putting it up on YouTube. At least like that, you're gonna start getting those views. You're gonna start getting this. You'll get discovered. You know how much easier it is now to be able to put your ideas out there compared to before the internet? If anyone had any ideas, you had to struggle to put your stuff out there. It was a struggle because you're trying to get your ideas to reach so many people, and without the internet, you know how hard that was for a musician just to get recognized by a label. You know, like people were making their mixtapes on little cassettes, just handing those out, selling them for how much they were selling for, or whatever the case was, and hoping maybe a record label or someone who a producer, someone's gonna listen and they're like, hey, you know what? That's hot. Who is this? Let me find this person and get him a record deal. Nowadays, you want to do music, just put it out there on YouTube. There's other streaming platforms too, not just YouTube. You know, go to any social media thing, start putting your stuff out there, and might be able to end up seeing it and think that person's good. I need to get a hold of that person. I need to give them a record deal. It's so much easier now to put your ideas out there. That's all I'm telling you this time. That's all I'm telling you right now is just whatever ideas you have in your head, put them out there because you never know who it's going to impact. Just do it. And like I've always said, if not now, when? When you can't say tomorrow because, like I said, tomorrow never comes. Because tomorrow, then you're going to say tomorrow, and then it'll never come. So if not now, when? Put those ideas out there in whatever way you got to put them out there. And whatever it is that you're good at, start doing it. Start making videos. Start doing it. You know, I see people all the time on social media. They're doing calligraphy. You know, I think they tell people like, hey, what's your name? Okay, cool, I can do that name. I just seen someone, I think it was last night, with some sort of calligraphy pen, and boom, just writing their name in calligraphy. I see people do it with, I think they do sand, and they have this little thing, they kind of, you know, to erase it, and then they have this like brush thing, boom, write the person's name in some cool font or calligraphy type thing, and then erase it, and then get the next name. It's people writing. And they're getting hits. You know what I mean? Like, they're able to monetize that because people want to see their name written in a cool way. They had that idea. They put it out there. And look at them now. Some of these people, even like I said, even if you think it's nothing big, it's not, that's nothing. Nobody's going to like that. No one's going to care. You never know. You may be able to start something because of that idea you have. You may be able to start doing something and find out that, you know what, there is an audience for that. There are people who are into that. I didn't know because I never did it. I never seen it. You could be the first one. All of a sudden, you put out videos for whatever it is you want to do, and next thing you know, boom, it's gonna blow up. Now everybody's doing it. But you were the first one. Will people give you credit? I don't know. But you'll have that audience, and people are like, no, people, even if you weren't the first, you could be the first one someone saw. And then they found, let's say you were, I don't know, along the line, you know what, that's cool, I'm gonna start doing that. This person started it, you were along the line somewhere, and then you started doing it. But this person right here started watching your videos doing it. And then they end up finding these other people who came before you, or even that first person. But because they started with you, and they really liked what you were doing, their loyalties to you. So they're like, oh no, they probably copied this person. I don't like these people because they copied him or her. I don't like these people, they copied this person. I like this person because I like the way they do it. And you know what, that was like that with, there was a cooking person I started watching. It was a dude, he's really cool. I don't know, there's something about his cooking videos I really like. He's just like cussing at you, like, don't mess it up. He doesn't say mess it up because but he's like, don't mess it up. And we were cooking, like, it's that easy, don't, and like, almost like he's telling you to cook, but he's doing it as if he's angry with you. But there's something about that, I got a kick out of it, which I know that's why he does it, because people get a kick out of it. I was getting a kick out of it, like, hey, that's cool. Then I came across another video, and who did it first, I don't know. But I like this guy. It was this lady, and she started doing a cooking video, but a lot of how she was doing it reminded me of this guy. So I was like, to me, and she could have been first, I don't know, but I was like, That I don't. She's trying to copy this guy. I started following this guy. I'm gonna stick with this guy. I don't like that because she's copying this guy. So I didn't. And yeah, her cooking videos were pretty cool. Like, yeah, she knows a lot on how to cook all these different variations of food, which is cool. I'm gonna stick with this guy, and that's what I'm getting at. Is your idea, even if it's not the first, people will, because you're the first one somebody saw, or a lot of people saw, they're gonna follow you. And their loyalty is going to be to you over everybody else, even if so many people came before you. So whatever ideas you have, that's my main thing today, is whatever ideas you have, put them out there. It's so much easier nowadays with the internet, YouTube, Facebook, is like whatever social medias you have, start putting it out there. A video here, video there, video there, video here, you know what I mean? Like, just start putting them out there. You never know who you're going to impact and the following you can attain from that. And then boom, monetize it, and now you're making money off it. These people over here doing calligraphy, making money just writing names. I'm telling you, man, I've heard it before, there's money out there to be made. You just gotta put your name on it. So that was my thing was, again, any ideas in your head, put them out there. Because you never know. That's all I got for you today. You know how we're doing it. We're taking this in all the time. If not now, when?